Crazy.
when they started peeing on him and making a mud fight, I was like, oh, okay, this is my type of movie. God damn. Angelina Jolie had the fucking boner garage on her, dude.
Dude.
When Matt Damon was singing, I would high key smash him with the lights on sober.
From here on, nothing goes down unless I'm involved.
So you're shuffling your checks with your right hand.
I don't shine shoes anymore.
A nickel bag gets sold in the park. I want in.
Can you do it with your left hand?
I never tried.
Sometimes you don't sound like you're kidding.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Don't ever go over my fucking head again, you motherfucker.
Oh my god, alright. Welcome back. We had a little seasonal break, in between each season.
Yeah, happy holidays. We're officially getting there, huh?
We're doing this in the morning this time.
Yeah.
A little quick one.
I was going to say, this is our first morning podcast, right?
Yeah.
We've done late night and like afternoon and evening.
Yeah.
No, mornings.
I think we're going to start doing these and just talk about the weather, maybe.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
It's
think?
like storming and tornadoing.
What do you think about it being 35 degrees?
It is fucking cold.
My mom was like, last night, she was like, it's like 35 degrees at night over here. I'm like, it's like 35 degrees during the day over here for us. What do
Yeah.
you mean?
Yeah. It feels like it should be snowing.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see when that happens.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, this Wednesday, right? Wednesday? We did Good Shepard. This was
Good Shepard.
The Good Shepard. I didn't think it was going to be what it was. I thought it would be a little like history of maybe like World War II. We need some shit. Oh, no. They jumped full into the Illuminati and all that bullshit. Once they started,
dude. The beginning of the movie, I was like, "What is happening?"
Crazy. When they started peeing on him and making a mud fight, I was like, "Oh, okay, this is my type of movie." God damn.
Your type of movie.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
fucking talking about skull and bones. I didn't think they were gonna dive into that. That was the last thing I thought they were gonna talk about.
It was, that came out of left field. Like I was not expecting it at all.
Yeah.
But then the movie came full circle, like to where it wasn't just weird the whole time. It wasn't weird. Like it wasn't weird culty shit.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
that was just the intro.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah. I think people need to see that the Illuminati isn't just fucking crazy internet weird bullshit. It's ran like a frat.
I bet it's real.
It's a brotherhood.
I mean, it's like we already know that stuff like that is real.
The skull and bones shit? Yeah, well, no, the skull and bones is legit. I thought I understood that it was like a Yale and like fucking like Harvard thing. It was a weird like thing like that started back then, and I thought it was like, it was probably just like 1 or 2 years. They got good paying jobs, and then a lot of people try to recreate it for the most part, you know? Like the fucking lore is like, oh, it's been like this since the beginning of time. Bullshit. It has not been like that for the beginning of time. It's definitely like a Harvard and Yale thing early in the day. And I think now it's kind of just like probably all these fucking nerds try to fucking recreate it and be cool, but it's like, it's over. They own the CIA, So it's done. You guys can't recreate bullshit.
Yeah. Anyways, the movie in the beginning is very jarring. Captures your attention because you're like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, dude, when they start peeing on people, I'm like, bro.
I didn't realize it's like 2 different timelines, like present and past at first. I didn't get that until halfway through or something.
Yeah. So I think in the very beginning, on the first flash forward, it says like 1966, and it was like going on. What were they talking about? I think that's when they were talking about the Soviet Union, I believe. And then when they go back there in World War II and like right before World War II hit, and like before like they started kicking off the wars and stuff like that.
Yeah. In the present time, it's heavily surrounded by bad pigs in Cuba.
Yeah.
And the missile crisis and everything. And then, like you're saying, World War II, which I was confused because I didn't understand the timeline. Like I said, like past and present, and they were like France and what other country?
It was
declare war on
yeah,
Germany. And I was like, what the like?
Yeah.
What is going on? I don't understand. I thought this was a movie about the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah.
And I started to pick up on it.
Yeah. What they did is it seemed like they covered a lot of like small topics. Like they didn't really like give you a lot of information about just one subject. They're like, oh, like giving you little sprinkles of this, little sprinkles of that. So it was like they weren't really trying to like, they're giving you like a baby hint of like, oh, this is how this shit's ran for the most part, you know? And like slight history. They wanted you to kind of like dig deep into it, I guess. They want you to go out and look for the history of it. Because like a lot of it, like I liked how like in the movie, like over the TV or over the radio, they'll have Kennedy giving speeches about what's going on in that time period, but they don't really show what's going on.
Right. Yeah. And like as movie creators, how are they supposed to give you specifics about things that actually happened back then? Like obviously there has to be a sense of imagination for what conspiracists will think or
well, there's so many different stories of history. They can't just be like, this is it, because it's like, I'm sure there's other people with different experiences during that time period that probably think something else.
Yeah, but it's not like anyone has like, you know, personal accounts of what happened in the CIA back then in the movie business. You know what I mean?
Dude, you'll be surprised. They send those fucks in there. Like fucking Joe Rogan has Mike Baker on.
And
He's CIA.
yeah, but saying for the movie's sake,
Dude, they
leave it for you to fill in the blanks.
Yeah, no, the CIA goes in there and be like, yeah, you can put that in. No, you can't put that in.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm sure. Yeah, and I'm sure that movies like that actually are. You know,
Yeah.
they're probably.
I mean,
approached by the
you
government.
probably have to go firsthand and like be like, hey, so what was your experiences?
Yeah, but I'm sure the government screens exactly what happens in the final script, right?
Yeah, they're like, yeah, you can leave us pissing on other people.
Oh man, talk about an all-star cast, dude.
Everybody.
I had no idea.
Everybody.
I was like,
Me
what?
me
I thought
neither.
it was gonna be Matt Damon. That's it.
I thought Matt Damon, and I saw like maybe John. I think I saw John Travolta too. I was like, oh, this looks like it would be interesting. Next thing you know, fucking Angelina Jolie, fucking who was that Kramer in there, right?
No.
Or who's that guy from he's from Transformers, huh? That's who he is.
Neither Travolta or Kramer were in the movie, so I'm confused.
Oh, it wasn't Travolta? Who's the guy that looks like him then?
I don't know, Alec Baldwin maybe.
Yeah, Baldwin.
Okay,
Baldwin. I get them confused all the fucking time.
Okay.
Like especially like an older Travolta.
Yeah.
Who's the guy?
So you got Billy Crudup. I don't
Is
know.
he the
this,
guy
I don't
from-
know. I know. I recognize him. I don't know this actor. I know he's famous. So
He's from Transformers, right? That guy, the funny guy.
I
the
don't.
funny
I didn't
character
watch
guy?
Transformers, so I don't know. De Niro, Angelina Jolie, Michael Gambon. He's the older actor, the British fellow.
Okay.
British spy
Yeah.
working with the U.S. Americans in the movie. He's pretty famous. Alec Baldwin, Tammy Blanchard, who I didn't recognize, but was the deaf
The deaf
woman.
chick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Joe Pesci was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah. Yeah. That
What?
was like there's
He's like doesn't act in like this century at all. So to see him in that movie was like, what?
that was crazy to me because it was like they even brought in like the mob ties with the CIA. I'm just like, are they literally like just bringing everybody at this point? Like, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah, they dip their toes in a lot of different waters.
Yeah.
It's also a long ass movie, so they have time for it. But it was complicated. This movie was hard to follow, bro. William Hurt, who's the creepy guy from Goliath, if you ever seen that. And he's in a bunch of other stuff. John Turturro, he's the Jesus from what's the movie with the dude and Walter and Donnie?
The big Lebowski. Yeah.
He's the Jesus. I fucking love that guy so much. He's so funny. It was weird to see him in a serious role though. Although I'm sure that's most of his roles. I haven't seen a lot of movies with him in it, but I always think of him as the Jesus, you know. It's pretty good. Who else is pretty famous? No, yeah, I hit all of them. Yeah, like weird to see De Niro. Like I wasn't expecting that either. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, these are the two all stars because he's in it pretty early.
Yeah.
And then
No,
you
they just kept
see-
coming.
Just keep adding and adding and adding. It's
Yeah.
like what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Daenerys' character was tight.
It
He was
was.
just kind of like the OG. He was just like, we need you to come in here and do this.
Yeah, he's like the president's guy.
Oh, he was the right hand man
I
for the
mean,
president?
I mean, you'd probably call the vice president the right hand man to the president, but
He was the vice president?
no.
Oh.
I'm just saying you wouldn't call it a general.
Oh.
I guess you would. I don't know, but
He was the owner of the secret
yes,
society.
he was doing a lot of things for the president in the movie.
Mhm.
Was the notion that I
Yeah.
got.
Yeah.
Which like it seemed like all of the people that Matt Damon was interacting with were pretty important.
Yeah.
It's a sketchy ass job, bro.
Yeah, dude. Angelina Jolie had the fucking boner garage on her, dude.
Dude, dude, that scene where they hook up for the first time, I was like already confused by the movie. Like I didn't know what was really going on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where's this coming from? Why is this a thing?
Yeah, she just wanted to smash him because her brother liked him or some
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
The fuck?
because he's like CIA basically.
And like
That's it.
yeah, and then Matt Damon didn't like fuck with her. I'm like, Matt Damon, why you waste her time? Like, send her my way.
I thought he was being pressured into the relationship.
Yeah, well, he didn't want to be in the relationship, but he had to because one, that was his friend's sister. Two, she was pregnant, so he was just like,
Before that,
you're going to
though,
marry him.
Like
Huh?
why did he dance with her? Why did he put his arm around her?
Oh, yeah,
I
she
didn't
ma-
understand that.
She
Why were
macked
they
him.
hanging out?
She pressured him, but it's like also too, if Angelina Jolie's gonna tell you to do this, if you're not gonna be like,
He looked like he
Nah, I'm
hated
good.
it though. I think that was just his character, and he
Well,
was
yeah, his
he
character-
was like into it, but he knew it was wrong because he was seeing
was-
that other woman.
he was emotionless.
Yeah,
He was just like,
yeah, you can't read him.
yeah,
But it looked like he was not having it. Like he wasn't into it.
yeah.
And then out of nowhere, I love you.
Yeah,
I love you.
the deaf chick, for real, that was kind of weird. I was like, wait, where are they going with this? This is weird. The deaf chick was cool,
Yeah, she was.
but it
dope.
was like,
I was so mad at him while that scene happened. I was like, bro,
why?
because he's like obviously in love with this other woman who's great, and bitch ass Angelina Jolie.
Dude, if Angelina Jolie comes up and tells you to do all this shit, you do it. What do you mean?
Mm-mm.
Oh my god. I like how they're fucking talking about like they did a bunch of like where they showed all the blackmail happening, which was a fuck ton. It seemed like every fucking part of the movie was like, we got blackmail on him. They fucking went into that one of their own guys being the fucking pedo. Remember when they're like, oh, he has a weird sexual fucking
Well,
whatever.
you could tell from the beginning when he's like trying to touch him and like give him advice and shit.
Yeah. It was something off about him. They were like, "Oh,
That
this
was
is
when
gonna be
Damon-
bad."
That was when Matt Damon was a student still too, I think. That early in the movie.
Oh shit! So they're referencing that he was gay. I thought they were referencing that he was a pedo. I thought they were saying like, "Oh, he's a
I
teacher
mean, pretty much.
and he's trying to hook up with his students." So, okay, but either way, they're like, "We need to cover this up. It's not gonna look good for our people." And you're like, "Okay, well, fuck you then."
I'd have to watch it again to know the difference if they were alluding to him being a pedophile
Mhm.
or just having like a thing for young men. But yeah,
Well, it could
either
be
way,
both, yeah.
either way, it's like, you know.
Could be both, but they covered that, so they're pretty much hitting all the the points. They covered Operation Paperclip, which was how they brought in the Nazi scientists, and then they're fucking trading them with the Soviet Union
Yeah.
like they're fucking baseball cards. That was the craziest shit. I was like, what?
Yeah, that
Uh,
was interesting.
Yeah, that was fucking crazy. Fucking when they killed that old man like right after, fucking because he knew too much. How do you know too much and you're already doing all this fuck shit? Like, how do you know more?
Oh, they were saying he had too many friends.
So he knew too many people. I thought they were
And
just saying he knew too
allowing-
much.
He was allowing too many people into his circle.
You know what pissed me off?
What?
These motherfuckers, when they kill the friend and they send him the finger
Yeah.
in the coffee. These motherfuckers, you're already fucking have so much power with the fucking CIA, and you have like top positions, and then now you're doing like back end deals with these. It was because he was doing back end deals with the coffee board, right? He was behind it for the most part. He's probably funding it. He probably had some cut in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't like that. Like, let us get in on the bullshit. Like, you can't fucking own all these positions. I'm like, fuck, dude. You can't take all the fucking good positions like this. I want to get in. What do you mean?
They own the whole. They own it. They got it all, dude.
Fuck that, dude. Let me in there. The fuck?
Yeah, I guess. I thought they were gonna show more of the Cubans, and like
Yeah,
that
no.
situation over there.
When they sprayed them with like locusts or whatever.
I mean, the whole movie's about that, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's
think-
the
I think
son at the end who overhears them talking about the Bay of Pigs
Mm-hmm.
that eventually leaks it to his fiance, and that's how the Soviets find out about it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I don't know. I thought we'd see
Yeah.
more of like on the Cuban side, which you saw a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, it was. I believe that it was leading, like the whole movie led to that, but I think the purpose of the movie for the most part was just kind of show like the back end of how like they run the CIA or how the CIA started
Yeah.
type of bullshit. You know,
Yeah, for
I think
sure.
they were just trying to paint that picture.
I mean, the whole movie's
Probably left out so much too.
it's the premise is like that as you get deeper into the CIA, it's harder to leave. And
Yeah, dude,
it's gonna jeopardize, your family life.
he was ingrained too. The son, like getting into, he got the son into Skull and Bones, and then the son was like, "I want to join the CIA," and you're like, it's just generations of this shit.
Yeah, but that's why he's trying so hard to like convince him not
No,
to be a part of it.
no,
You know?
dude.
But by then the kid had already known. He already knew too much, basically. Yeah, it was interesting because like you serve your country to a fault to where you destroy your own family life.
Actually,
Crazy.
fuck that. No, dude. Remember when he was talking to Pesci
Uh-huh.
and he was what was he saying? Pesci's like, "Oh, you are the guys that start the big wars," and he's like, "Nah, we keep the wars small," type of bullshit, saying like, "Oh, we're doing good," but like, from Pesci's view, which would most likely be our view, it would be, you guys are fucking all this shit up. His view's like, no, we're keeping it good. We don't fucking know. And then Pesci was like, "Oh, we have a church or some shit." And then you know how everybody has something. And they're like, "What do
Yeah.
you guys have?" And they're like, "Oh, we have the United States. Everybody else is just visitors." Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
They're trying to claim this shit. Like,
Yeah, he was right. Although he was a little racist.
Who? Pesci? Oh yeah, dude. Dude, he dropped the hard one on him, bro.
It's like, okay.
But yeah, dude.
I mean, yeah,
That's
I
how the
understand your
old-
point.
That's how the old school Italians were, though. They
Yeah.
fucking were crazy.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's probably accurate, honestly.
Also, too, when they're torturing the fucking the Soviet and who's the guy that was torturing him? I fucking love that character. Jesus. Okay, I fucking love that character.
Yeah, he's fucking funny.
But then like when they waterboard him, and then when they fucking dose him with LSD, and then the guy's like, "The Soviet Union isn't fucking strong. Like all this is a fucking lie, and you guys know it. And it's just this the only way you keep up your system or whatever
Yeah.
off of that shit." I was like, everybody's just dying empires at this point, and we're just like, no, we need to be careful of these guys.
Yeah, it's all a front, dude. What's the name of the project where they dosed all those people with LSD to do experiments and shit? What was that called again?
Oh, that was MK Ultra.
Yeah. So that's probably right on brand, or like, around the same time that they're doing MK Ultra. With
Yeah,
the
well,
torture and everything with the LSD and truth serum
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of it.
When was that? And like that, so they're doing in this movie in the 60s, right?
Yeah, Yeah.
So
Well,
when did
a
that
lot.
happen?
Yeah, a lot of that happened in the 60s because it was against the Soviets, and I think the Soviets were kind of doing the same thing. I think they got the LSD or something, not from the Soviets, but I think they were scared the Soviets using it as creating these super spies that you can't fucking like. They're supposed to be like triggered, and then they go in to kill. Like they get into the place, they get triggered by something, and then they go in and kill whoever they need. But it was supposed to be it was supposed to work because if they got caught and they got tortured, they wouldn't be able to say anything because they wouldn't know until they're triggered.
Interesting.
So they were trying to do some shit like that. That definitely happened in the 60s. It's interesting that they called it like a truth serum when they used it in the movie. But they definitely use different like torturing stuff and then LSD and drugs like that to try to rewire people's brain to make them into like the ultimate spy, killing like assassin type of shit. And that happened solely because of they're scared of the fucking Soviet Union.
Interesting, because that's kind of right on brand with the Bourne Identity, Bourne Supremacy.
Yeah, that's where all these movies get it from, you know?
It's like like if Matt Damon was
Yeah,
one of the
yeah,
soldiers,
wait, yeah,
not the
yeah.
nerd in
Well, yeah.
that movie. Weird.
The
Same
fucking
shit.
the Bourne Ultimatum is just built off of the Shepard or whatever, the Good
Yeah.
Shepard, just never ending timeline. Yes, I didn't even put
Actually,
that
those
together.
movies came out before, but
It's what do they call them when they make it the future before the past one?
the prequel.
Yeah, the prequel.
All right. Dude, it's kind of crazy how they spread Matt Damon at 36 when the movie was made, 37, something like that, to be like a 20-year-old or a 19-year-old or something all the way into his like 50s.
Yeah,
Like, what?
That's
How
so
did they
true.
make that happen? And like when he was old, I was like, come on, they didn't really even add that much gray. He looked like he was in his 30s, maybe early 40s or something still.
Yeah.
Like, I thought they didn't really capitalize on that very well, but
Yeah.
he's dapper.
His son was a fucking nerd, dude. Peeing on Santa. What was that about?
His son was a fucker. Yeah, I didn't understand what was happening there. I don't think I was paying close enough attention, but he's all scared. Little bitch.
Yeah, dude, these people run the world, these fucking nerds.
Yeah, can you imagine you get older and you have to tell that story? Somebody finds out about it.
Ooh, the bottom.
Do you
Yeah,
like it?
that would be terrible. That was probably his story that he told. Remember how when Matt Damon first got in, he had to tell some weird story about how his dad killed him. Like they had to tell some like whatever story, you know, so that everybody knew something about each other.
Yeah.
That, can you imagine if that was the son story? He's like, I peed on Santa.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't really understand the situation with the dad. I do understand that it taught him a lesson about deception in the beginning. With how he was telling him about like truth and how it makes people feel comfortable and when they trust you.
Yeah.
But in the end, when they find out, when he actually reads the suicide note and then burns it or whatever, I didn't really understand the significance of the dad's death and how it had a role in like the CIA and all that.
I think when he said, well, one that he got into Skull and Bones because his dad was a part of all of that.
Okay.
But I think what he was saying was like, never lie, then your friends won't trust you type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of lying, he just didn't really speak. He was just like, okay, I'm just not going to say anything because then I can't lie, you know?
Right. Interesting. Yeah, his character was like very quiet.
Yeah.
And fitting for that role in society.
Yeah, exactly.
You wouldn't expect someone like that to talk a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right on brand, to say the least.
Yeah, fucking weirdo.
Uh-huh.
Don't ever come close to me, Matt Damon. It's kind of funny that like there's a lot of actors in there. I think Alec Baldwin wasn't he weren't people trying to say he was a pedo too?
Yeah, probably. Well, he's in the Scientology, so he's fucking probably just crazy.
Out
I
there.
don't know. Yeah, he's fucking crazy. I don't know.
But it's I don't know why I just crack up when because when I started watching this movie I was cracking up because he's in the Skull and Bones shit in the movie, but then when they're interviewing Matt Damon in real life about Epstein, it's all denial, and just like that there's all these people that think he's involved in that little bubble, you know?
Who?
It was just weird. Matt Damon.
Oh
There were
yeah.
a lot of questions that came, and there's interviews and stuff of Matt Damon and I think George Clooney was one of the ones I saw where they did one together.
Uh-huh.
And it's just weird seeing him in a movie where he's actually a part of something like that, and then in real life, you know,
They're interviewing him.
they're
about-
interviewing him about actually being something like that, or
Oh, and he said
or
no.
knowing about it or whatever.
Oh, he said
And it's all
he's
just
he's
denial.
fucking lying. He's fucking lying. There's no way.
Yeah, it's just weird. Cause I think it was during Good Will Hunting that he met Epstein or somebody in that circle. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah, that sounds.
Anyways, that was just like something I was thinking about in the back of my head. Like, okay, this is weird. But yeah, I don't know shit about that. So disregard.
I know shit about all that, so don't worry, guys.
It's just something that obviously like I'm gonna think about as I see him fucking wrestling people in mud and getting pissed on. You know?
Yeah, they're all in on
Yeah.
it. So I thought it was interesting too when De Niro was saying that Hitler gained all his power from the civil servants. So like the back end people of Germany.
And what do you mean by that?
Well, like they said like pretty much Hitler was able to do everything that he was doing through the back end part of the government, like complying with him, you know? Like, so say they probably have their fucking central intelligence for Germany or whatever. They were doing whatever they needed for Hitler to be able to gain his power.
Interesting. So he had won that side of the government over, basically.
Whatever it may be, whether they had, I don't know what the fuck they were trying to do. I mean, obviously, everyone working the back end has the best interest for the country, whether it's more fucking gain in like territory and shit like that, or like, you know, economic growth. So I don't know whatever the fuck that means, but
The secrecy side of the government, right?
the deep state.
The ones that make the moves behind the scenes.
Yeah. Well, I just thought it was interesting that they said that about Hitler. I was like, I've never heard that. I thought Hitler just ran some fucking cult.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he had like a full like movement behind him. Like, well, not movement, like with the people, obviously. Like, obviously the people were on his side, but I didn't realize that he had the government end on his side as well.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
Yeah. My last note would be in the beginning when Matt Damon was singing
Mm-hmm.
that I would high key smash him with the lights on sober. When he was dressed as the girl. Was that weird? I was like, what the fuck? He's actually he fucking so out of place for his character too, being all quiet.
Yeah, dude. It's so strange. That's why the beginning of the movie was like, what is happening? It's so early, all those things, all those weird jarring
When he was in
scenes.
college and all that.
Yeah.
So great.
Anyways, yeah. I don't know if I'd watch more than once unless I really
Yeah.
like wanted to pick up on something, but
Go watch
it
it.
was really good.
Learn
out.
something.
We started uploading on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Google. What else? There's one more I forget, but yeah, check that out. We'll put those in the links in the
Mhm.
description. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.
Later.
Deuces.